biggest reason why we were first even potentially thinking about switching was the speeds. And when I started doing research, I started figuring out that our Mindscope's based out of Canada. Their servers were all in Canada. They did not have any servers in the United States. So that geographic distance and that latency we were expecting was because of that. Now, we did a lot of different things that they told us that we needed to do to make sure that we were running at optimal speeds. Now, we did all those things, still had problems. So then that's when we were like, okay, what's going on? I looked at Salesforce, I looked at Tracker, I looked at recruiting, a bunch of different CRM ATS. The biggest thing that I was noticing when I was doing my research is a lot of these platforms were either ATS very, very specific or CRM very specific. It was very, very hard. And I thought it was going to be very easy to find stuff that, I would assume other staffing companies were looking for as a very split model. We did demos with Bullhorn, Salesforce, a lot of different demos. We went through a lot of different products. When we started the process with Cal was amazing, right? He was very responsive with us. Anytime we had a question, anytime we needed something, and realistically, a lot of our questions didn't come up until Cal brought up certain subjects or certain information that then we were like, oh yeah, this is what we need to ask him. So he was doing a great job of digesting what A, the whole project will entail, but B, looking at just our entire environment, what we've been dealing with in the past, how the whole process is going to go moving forward. And for me, it put me at ease a little bit because I was definitely very nervous knowing that I knew how bad our database was.
And just the comfort level in working with them was huge. We had never experienced that with our previous database in the years. And even when we demoed, we never really got that feeling from the other companies that we demoed compared to Vincere. Jose educated us so much on what to do with data and how to do things with data and what you think you really need and so forth. So both of them together as a team, for me, in watching Alex deal with it every day, our head of operations, Nicole, and even some of our senior people, was great to see them just being able to concentrate on what they wanted out of a new system.
I love the email templates. I love the synchronization with our email, that they don't have to switch back and forth. They're able to look and see hey, anything that's blue is a sales contact. Anything that's orange is a candidate, right? Anything that's green is money coming in. Forecasting fees, anything like that. So I love the emails. I also love the integrations with SendGrid that we're going to be implementing here pretty soon. Right now, we're within Constant Contact. It'll be an easy use of being able to pull contacts, implement them in. Before I was doing exports of lists, Excel lists, CSVs of massive amount of contacts, importing them in. It was just, too many different downloads and uploads, and you know what I mean? So I was getting irritated with that. The icing on the cake was the intelligence. And the intelligence really broke down not only looking at potential forecasting fees by month or by quarter, but also looking at individuals and really seeing how everything is reported via them documenting in the system. And on our old system, we had to make sure that you were the ownership of the contact or the company prior to even putting in a note. Well, that can be too much when everybody's doing a bunch of calls and stuff and forgetting to switch that. With Vincere, I don't need to change anything. Once I put that activity in the system that is tied to me, I can look up that particular activity pretty quickly. One of the biggest things was the quick search feature. I mean, if I wanted to look up just a specific thing off of the company or a certain keyword out of a note or a comment, I'm able to search that real quickly and that quick be able to pull that up. Or the quick job add-in, quick company add-in, contact add-in. All of those are just the extra little pieces that make it if I was in sales and I was on a phone call with somebody, I don't need to be on the phone call trying to pull up your record, everything like that. I can quickly search your name, pull up your record. Everything is right there. I can even look at the company record on the side of it. It's all layered. I'm not pushing back or going into a different tab. those were all like huge amounts. And like thinking about it now, like I can keep going on about different things that we really, really like. But for me, just for what I was looking at, even what Dan probably would utilize it mainly for, is our intelligence and looking at that, how we're able to manage in the admin settings of all the different users and their roles, and switching up whatever we need to. Um, and then the emailing functionality was huge.